Kyle Pitts finished tight end 30 on a disappointing sophomore season, 28 receptions, 59 targets, 356 yards, 2 touchdowns, an average of 5.9 targets per game. Thoughts on Kyle Pitts?
And I fell into that trap, right? In the home
Yeah.
league. I had Kyle Pitts, and I thought I got him for a steal. Like,
Yeah.
I remember telling Derek, like, man, I can't believe that I just got Kyle Pitts right here. Like, I thought for sure he's going to be gone. It was a little bit earlier than what I was wanting to take tight end coming into the draft. But with Pitts sitting right there thinking, okay, I now have the most productive piece of this Atlanta offense in my hands. I will be okay at tight end. And God almighty, was he a stinker. Like, it was terrible.
Yeah.
So all that to be said, I think he bounces back. Like, I do think he bounces back. I think he does.
How could he not?
Well, right, but I think he finishes back in the top 6. Like, I do think he goes back to that. You'll see Ritter again. Tight ends are young quarterbacks' best friends. Alex, you love to say that. So let's see how that works. Ritter's not going to move as much as Mariota did. Yes, they're going to run the ball, but they still have to have a number 2 option to Drake London. And that's Kyle Pitts. It's putting him out wide. It's putting him in the slot off the line of scrimmage. Yes, he can block, but when you need to get the ball down the field, Kyle Pitts and Drake London are your 2 best options. So at the end of the day, I expect Drake London to be first in targets and Kyle Pitts to be second.
You would think that last year was an anomaly for Kyle Pitts. And honestly, I hope it is, because he did have so much promise coming into the league. I hope that, Atlanta goes back and looks at some of his college film and see what was successful for him in college and maybe try to utilize that a little bit more. Granted, he's not going up against, cupcake state linebackers on an inconsistent basis, but he was in the SEC. He was doing fine.
But I think you're right. I think we will see them utilize him more so. And tight end 6 is where he's coming off the board right now, which again, right? Like, I think where you're able to draft him is kind of at his floor right there. So a good draft pick there coming off the board in kind of that 7th round. Some tight ends that would be coming off the board kind of right after him would be Darren Waller, Evan Ingram, David Njoku, kind of all coming off the board. Pat Fryermuth all coming off the board, but they're coming off the board a couple of rounds later. Even at that point, I wouldn't necessarily mind taking the shot on Kyle Pitts with a 7th round type of pick and seeing where that one falls to me.